What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and this one will break down what's going on with Tesla stock, what you should be watching for going forward. I'm going to break down some news that came out for Tesla that was very bullish for the long-term future of this company, and what's going on with SPY as well, looking at the options chain and the remainder of these levels that are going to continue to hold the market up for the next couple of hours. Before I break anything down about all this information, before I talk about what's going on with Tesla and SPY, I do have to mention a couple of things before starting. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take none of this as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And don't forget about the Webull link. The offer ends very soon. Deposit any amounts of money and you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. Anyways, now let's talk about the market, what's going on with Tesla. Looking at Tesla, we had some sideways price action in the morning as the market was getting ready to react to the data that was dropping. And the data was very mixed. Once again, unemployment was lower than expected, which was not good for the market. The market would have dropped off that. But the payrolls ended up actually not rising as fast as expected. And that's why the market started to see a very mixed response. As time went on, the market was very sideways, right? In the morning, the market was sideways, and eventually the market got a breakout, and that ended up being correlated with Tesla because not just the price action dictating it, but also because of some news that came out that was bullish for Tesla. But one of the things I told you guys in the morning, if you watched my video, was Tesla has a tendency of getting these pumps and dumps by the time we start every morning. So if you look at just a couple of days ago, Tesla pumped, then came down. Same thing happened when it opened, it pumped and came down and pumped here and came down just yesterday. And then today, Tesla pumped and came down again before it continued to pump. So we got this pump, it came down and then pumped afterwards. But why did Tesla end up doing this? We basically have been following this trend like before, getting this surge in volume when we opened. Tesla got this nice pump to 280, came all the way back down to this low level, and came very close to where our pre-market low happened to be. So the pre-market was very vital when looking at the market for today. Then Tesla got a very nice bounce after this news came out, which is very bullish for Tesla's long term, and also it was bullish for today. Mercedes-Benz has joined the Tesla supercharger network. This is awesome, awesome news. Basically, Mercedes is going to be having access to over 12,000 Tesla superchargers in North America starting in 2024, which is less than 6 months away. They're also going to be in 2025 adopting Tesla's North American standard, and that's very, very awesome for them too, because it's going to help bring in more business for them. It's going to make things a lot easier for them. And on top of this, this is going to continue to bring in more revenue for Tesla. We can see right over here, one of the analysts from Piper Sandler has estimated that charging deals from partners could add up to about $3 billion in revenue for Tesla by 2030 and up to $5.4 billion by 2032. So once again, very, very awesome news. This is amazing for Tesla. And I can't wait to see more revenue boosting catalysts. On top of this, more companies are going to be adding into the supercharger network. More of them are going to be continuing to be incentivized to join as more and more companies continue to do it already. Awesome, awesome news. Very, very bullish. Makes me very excited for the long term of this company. But for the short term and for right now, what's going on with the technicals? Okay. So looking at SPY first, I just want to mention that SPY has been pumping very nicely. It started off very sideways, got a very big pump to 442. And then once it reached that resistance around 442.56, it tried to break out but failed to do so. And we ended up hitting about 442.64 before rejecting off that level. And now we're testing this important zone right here. So I have this on TradingView. This is basically what our support zone would look like. This is a very simplified version of it. And basically what this tells us is we tried to pump, we came right back down to support for the day. This is on the 5-minute time frame. We actually broke below it, so it's showing a little bit of weakness right now. But our support currently is at 441.5. So watch that very carefully at the time I'm recording this. If it breaks below this, if it were to do that, you're going to be watching these next important levels on SPY. If you look at VWAP on SPY, it happens to be around 440.7. So if it breaks below 441.5, we might be approaching VWAP. And then after that comes 440.38 and then 440 flat, which is very close to the 200 EMA. So we have three support zones on the 30 minutes time frame. Very, very important and worth noting. On the 3 minutes time frame, you can see what's holding us up right now is the 3 minutes 50 EMA. So we're going to be watching, does this hold or not? As of right now, something interesting is going on the options chain for SPY. This is worth noting because how SPY moves, how the whole market moves could affect Tesla. So we have a 442 interest zone for the strike right over here. We saw a big increase in the open interest for it. And that's very important because Many of these institutions buying calls are incentivized to try to get the market to close around 442. Now, is it a guarantee? They can't always guarantee that, but they do want that to happen looking at their interest in this strike. And looking at the volume, it's very high volume in that area as well. So it's just worth noting this is a very important one because I'm looking at the change in the open interest. This is one of the biggest ones that's very close to us, and that's the level they're targeting. Now, looking at the put side, we've actually seen a lot of puts being closed, which played a role in why the market was holding the way it has been. And there are a lot of puts expiring. We have about a 1.71 put to call ratio on SPY. What happened here? Sorry about that. I think there was a small delay. I do apologize. A 1.71 put to call ratio, a 438 max pain. We're likely not going to close directly there. At least I doubt that. But for now, we're just going to watch this very carefully, okay? So we're watching this 50 EMA is trying to hold around, just becoming kind of choppy. For now, the market's not doing a whole lot, so we're going to see if it tries to hold this in balance or if it's going to fail. If it fails below this 50, we have the downside to come. We have those targets down like VWAP and other areas like that. So there could be more downside if it breaks below this 50, 4 for 1.5. If it manages to hold this, things could still be okay. Now, for Tesla, things are a little bit different. Tesla's also testing the 50 EMA on the 3 minutes time frame. We can see right here, it's trying to hold this up. If it breaks below this, okay, if Tesla breaks below this, you're going to be watching the next major support zone at VWAP very close to 278. That's a very important level for Tesla. If that fails us, if 278 fails us on Tesla, it's going to come all the way down to 277.5, potentially back down to 276. If Tesla tries to bounce off this 50 EMA, right, because we are a little below it right now, but a temporary break below it is not confirmation just yet. If we do end up bouncing off this later on, going into like power hour or something like that, the major resistance for Tesla is clearly 280. That's where Tesla's trying to fight. So we're going to be watching that as well very carefully to see if Tesla could get that break. Now, some of the bears may come in and say this is forming like a head and shoulders. That's a possibility. It is looking a little bit weaker now. It's starting to break below the 50. So watch it very carefully and pay very close attention to VWAP for Tesla. But like I said before, not enough confirmation just yet. It's starting to look weaker, but I like to just wait a little longer to see if we get like a back test or something before this thing does end up dropping or not. So just watch it carefully, be very patient, and just know that we're approaching power hour. Things could change during the last 10 minutes or so, especially the last 30 minutes. And just be patient and watch all of these levels very carefully, okay? So on SPY, don't forget 442 is going to be a very important level. There's a lot of interest there from many of these institutions. They may try to get it to go up, but there's no guarantee they're going to succeed. Just worth noting, watch your 50 EMA as major support in the 3 minutes time frame. And I have the extended hours on, by the way, in case you guys want to follow this. That's going to be very important. And then for Tesla, same thing. Watch it very carefully, and I will see you guys later on for the next video. But for now, market has been trying to hold up. Watch all these levels carefully, and we will see what happens by the end of the day. We still have some time left. All right, thank you for listening. Have a good one, guys. Tesla to the moon as the long term is still very bright, and peace